Hey guys, in this video I'd like to show you how you can unlock most of the flaws on level 2. Now, it might be a little bit confusing, so please try to stay focused and listen. And I'm going to try to make this video as short as possible. This video is also possible thanks to your comments that you've responded back on my older videos. A big thank you to Farismo9. He shared his testings, and that's how I managed to create this video. So thank you guys, and let's let the show begin. By the way, if I mispronounce something, I do apologize. I am from Ukraine. Sometimes I mispronounce stuff, so correct me in the comments. Thanks. Alright, so number one thing, very important. All flaws, they have a cooldown. I did not know that. The cooldown is approximately between 1 hour and 2 hours, okay? So the cooldown is triggered whenever you trigger a flaw and if you accept it or reject it. So if you accept it or reject it, the cooldown is triggered. Alright, secondly, there are a few flaws that are an exception to this, right? You can trigger them without even that cooldown. The first is flawed that I'm showing to you right now. So flawed is triggered only when you have triggered 2 flaws and accepted them. So for example, let's just say I have only consumerism, right? And I triggered this foot and mouth syndrome, right? Which gives me 15% earned experience. Then as soon as I trigger this, it will offer me the flawed, right? And I really like this flaw. That's why I made the video how you can trigger all your flaws on level 2 so you can reject flaws that you don't want. Now, if you reject the flaws that you don't want, they will not be offered to you again. So the flawed flaw is really cool because every 5 levels you get an additional perk point, right? The other 3 flaws that are an exception, I'm not going to go into details, otherwise the video is going to be long, is N-radiated, which is triggered upon completing the N-ray range. Easily distracted is my favorite flaw. I've only triggered it on level 4. I have a separate video, and I'll have another video coming soon with a little bit more details. It's going to be like a final version of it. And sun gazer. Sun gazer is triggered when you look at the sun. Actually, I recommend you to trigger that flaw right away as soon as you exit your ship. Look at the sun, 20-30 seconds. It will trigger and kind of reject it, because whatever you reject will never pop again, right? And that flaw is just terrible. Alright, now let's talk about the cooldowns. How to know when the cooldown is over and you can go and trigger the flaws that you want to reject or you want to grab, whichever, right? Into my understanding, it's based on your playtime, so you will need to go AFK, right? So AFK, I mean not just leave the game like this, because at some point, well, on Xbox it pauses and pauses the game, meaning the playtime pauses as well with it. What I did was I kind of like put an object on my one of these sticks to make me move, right? Put myself in a corner and just go watch a movie or something for an hour or 2, because the cooldown is an hour or 2, right? So let's say, for example, you did your 1 hour, right? And you want to check, okay, is my cooldown ready or not? What I recommend is sliding, spam the slide until you pop bad knees flaw. So obviously save before you do this, yeah? Because as soon as bad knees pop, that will give you an indicator that, okay, the cooldown is off, you can go and grab yourself a flaw, right? So right now it may take some time. Sometimes it takes a few seconds from this save file, sometimes it takes a minute, but eventually it will pop, right? Because I know. Because over here I triggered a flaw that I did not want. It's for stealing, right? So let me just go ahead and do that right now. I'm just gonna steal these 5 items and trigger the flaw. Oh, there we go. Bad knees. It tells me, hey man, the cooldown is done. Let me load the save file, right? So once again, save. You will need to do, I recommend doing double save so you don't accidentally override your load. So save, right? It's 2 separate saves. And if you're doing these trying to trigger bad knees for like 2 minutes, then most probably the cooldown isn't ready, so go watch another episode of Dexter. Alright, so now we know that the cooldown is all good, right? Now I can go and trigger a flaw that I don't want. I'll put this bucket on because this bucket makes me camouflaged and it makes so that they don't see... Oh, I triggered bad knees again. That basically what it does, it makes the NPCs not catch me when I'm stealing. I have a separate video on that, so and the location of the helmet if you want on my channel. If you can't find it on my channel, just let me know in the comments and I will share it to your comment. Alright, so right now we're gonna trigger that flaw just to show you that it works, because we just triggered the bad knees, right? We loaded the file, so which told us that, hey man, we can trigger a flaw, and then we go AFK again. Alright, so now it should trigger the flaw. Boom. So this is a terrible flaw, to be honest, so that's why you would definitely want to reject that. Once again, any flaws that you reject, they will not pop again. Well, that hasn't happened to me yet. Alright, just for final demonstration, we're going to load the same file where we tested the knees already, right? And we're going to trigger another flaw, and the easiest one that I know is the 15% XP, foot and mouth or something like that it's called. Their names is just crazy. So you just go to NPCs and you quickly talk to them. Make sure to select the icons, not just whatever speech. Like I had the dumb option, so make sure to select the dumb option. If you have the speech option, select the speech option. Boom. Foot and mouth syndrome. That's what I was talking about. So if you want it, grab it. If you don't want it, reject it. Right? But do once again have in mind that if you trigger, right? So this is my second flaw. Flawed flaw will trigger now, and any flaws after this flaw will be, you will be forced to take. Alright, so I'll be calling it the end for the video as of now. I tried to make it as short as possible. If you have any comments, any suggestions, any questions, if I will be able to respond it in the form of text, I will. If I won't, and I don't have a video for it, I'll create a video for it answering your question. So the more questions, the more ideas for me to create the video or at least help you answer it in the comment. But yeah, so once again, thank you everyone who helped me create this video, and I hope you found this video useful. So see you all later.